corruption. There are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison for allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This to me, you know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol. You're all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Nigeria is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Here's part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response to that program is that as Dara who campaign against private jet, news of private jet against President William, I want to publicly apologize for President William. We did not want any costume and the reason and the justification. So using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear his presentation and his man to try to. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fighting. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years of country grow capacity of young Liberians, create job opportunity, and enable Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions, yes, Rainbow, John K. O'Kay, and Princess Alexa Monte-Coley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the whole issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
If I tell you things I did, I got to do your bone to feel the story. We were the one that feeding chicken here, but today I can't do it. I want to be on there for you people. I don't want to tell you the fairy tale. Your woman and do something. I see on you after doing the information down. You were one person who used to steal chicken. I'm proud of that too. And today coming back to tell like when people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position. Don't you think so they refer to you as an old criminal? And then you want to go and I will take it. I did it at that time. You are can but what I'm telling you is this. I have been refound. Now we live by myself but by God. I have been refound. Don't you think follow the way? You can never tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to see TV today, you have to hang on me. So if I read me in Ghana, are you making this statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Phobos and Focus? Or to maybe seek forgiveness? Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there as younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
I guess what? Everyone gonna feel. Oh, we didn't even I guess what?
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shape the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This to me, You know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
There's of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question now: how Liberians will reconcile with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
To address this private jet issue, my response may not go down well. As Darius Dora, who campaigned against private jet, the use of private jet against President William. I want to publicly apologize to President William. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification. So using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear the sitting president, and post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? Answer these questions plus many more. John K. O'Kane and Princess Elessa Vente from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
I guess what? Everyone go up here. Oh, really? Oh, we mean it. Some of it, you say you coming to rescue your people. To us. Living things, living the hero. You will leave us for us. So how the rest now stable. Not just for the poor. Once you get no money, rest so you get sent. What you do for them? They say for your people, they pay you for what they want to do. Everybody people what you want. You say you know. I want to ask you one question. I will be the rescue. You're not giving the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you. It's a rescue because they're not like you. You say you are coming to teach things. But we have to eat this. After says you million, you're asking things. We have to eat chicken. You will look. CDC, you finally get on blue. You down south, you wish you wanted. Now when they for the Nigerian people suffering, you down south, you wish you wanted. Now when they for the Nigerian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. Give me your rescue. I said, it's a rescue. I want to ask you one question. How will you give the rescue? You're not giving the people what they want, then you say you give the rest. Let me ask you, it's the rest, the people they're not like you.
Last thing changes, you really opportunity valley to CDC and Unity Fund they can conclude. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. Tell me who you rather give a rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. How will you give a rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's the rescue. The people say not like you. Last thing changes, you really opportunity valley to CDC and Unity Party they can conclude. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. How will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then so you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's the rescue. The people say not like you. Last thing changes, you video opportunity valley to CDC and Unity Party they can conclude. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. You downsizing, you wish counting. Now on the body, I mean when people suffering. Tell me who you rather give a rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. How will you give a rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's the rescue. The people say not like you.
Good afternoon, good morning, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Carl Oliver Kine, Princess Alexa Vanja Coley, and Jerome Roosevelt also here. Tell me who you rather give a rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. There are too many things happening in the country. The Liberian people are becoming disappointed by the day in what they refer to as their government. A leak agenda in the possession of Freedom Radio Liberia from the Liberian House of Representatives will put it that Representative Yaka Koluba will be subjected to the mercy of his colleagues at the House of Representatives when they will be debating on his expulsion. At the same time, on the same leak agenda from the House of Representatives, Police Inspector General Gregory Oliver W. Como was able to write Speaker Richard Cohn requesting Richard Cohn to probe Yaka Koluba for comments that are deemed, inappropriate for national security and public safety. I'm paraphrasing. And so on the agenda for tomorrow at the House of Representatives, there is a communication from Gregory W. Como. Gregory O. W. Como, the police director, has written the House of Representatives asking the August body to investigate Representative Yaka Koluba for comments made regarding the low-fat border situation. We're going to be talking deep into that as well. And on the flip side of issues, Amos Tware of the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Corporation, LPRC, the company. Amos Tware, who is also the Secretary General of the Unity Party, is arrested because they're not like you. decided to throw jibes at the CDC, according to Amos 12. Their government killing auditors. Their government into any mysterious depths. And so we're going to be looking into that particular statement as well. What is he saying? What is he spewing? All of these plus many other issues will form the basis of the conversation on this wonderful, wonderful 30th day of March 2026 remains the year. And so from a tripartite arrangement here on the platform, we're going to be having a wonderful conversation here on 87.9. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you Win Liberia. We're also going to be bringing you Crime Stoppers Liberia. All of these institutions are our trusted partners right here on 87.9. So those of you who are playing the cash giveaway right away, we're going to be trying to punch some money into your pockets. When you dial star 255 star 1 hash, the more you play, the better your chances are. And you'll stand the chance to win for yourself 5,000 Liberian dollars right here on 87.9. There are too many things we'll talk about. But until then, let's take a break to be right back.
Guess what? Baby, we're gonna play. Oh, we didn't play with me then. They are crying for many places. And every community, you know, you can see. So you see how you go. Don't take out your head for your head with it. And it don't take your life. What's that when you step to your door? But are you reach out your door? If you see it, you not enemy. You are as a friend. If you see it, you get. My heart's on fire. People when you step to your door. Stop your cry and make it easier than before. From the center to interior, I said you stop it for all of us. People when you step into your door. Stop your cry and make it easier than before. From the center to interior, I said you stop it for all of us.
Crime Stoppers Liberia is a community crime fighting party. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own old man Sam's plan.
People can be seventeen and make it easier than before. Liberia, from the center to interior, I said you stop it for all of us.
Okay, Crime Purpose Liberia, Freedom Radio Liberia, and Win Liberia, all over Liberia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Oliver, and I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. I think it has been a long time since I did my signature intro because usually we always start with something that's more interesting.
So,
But I would like to say hi to all of you and welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. Imagine today is March 30th. I cannot believe that because just yesterday we're here saying Happy New Month.
wow.
And we're
Yes.
actually going into the end of March. So I'd like to say welcome and we have a lot to talk about. Hi, Jerome, what's up?
Ok, Joe, good afternoon, bonsoir, Roger, comment ça va?
No.
I'm telling you,
No.
I freshman already.
Go ahead.
Well, again, like a holiday Monday,
if you were given a job, you send your CV and they say start what? You have to perform on a Monday. If you
Yeah.
can't perform Monday,
Forget about it.
yeah, you are not taxed to do it. But however, welcome wherever you are. We are here. We are grateful. Oliver.
Okay, so there are too many things happening in the Republic of Liberia. We have the agenda, the leak agenda for the House of Representatives, which is going to be on tomorrow. We have the leak agenda. On the agenda, there is a communication, and I hope, Jerome, you could read it for us.
Because I can't.
Yeah, Jerome, please read that agenda for us.
Let me see.
The agenda from the House of Representatives, please do that for us.
You have a good eyesight.
Yeah, so he says, he's going to do it. So there is an autocratic tendency that is growing gradually in the country. A dictatorial tendency is being nurtured by this government, and there is a need that we start to talk about it. When dictators are trying to grow, when dictators are trying to spread their tentacles, some of their attitudes, some of the way they behave, that's exactly how we see the government proceeding. To have a particular agenda item, talking about the expulsion of Yaga Koluba on tomorrow's agenda, says a lot. It is concerning, it is worrisome, and we're going to say all of what we have to say with all of our might on this particular topic. Free speech should not be attacked. It should not be at the will, like the people will say, and caprices of those who think they control this country. No, it should not. You cannot decide to fight Yeke, to beat him down, because he's broke up. So we'll look into it. But Joe will read the entire agenda.
Yes.
The leak agenda.
Yeah, like Lisa said, so I have to zoom in. The 8th sitting of the leadership of the. Does it? Or you just go into?
Yeah, go ahead. Read the entire stuff.
Okay. The 8th sitting of the leadership of the first quarter of the 3rd section of the Honorable House of Representatives, the 5th legislature of the Republic of Liberia, Monday, March 30th, 2026. Session called to order, prayer, reading, correction, amendment, and adoption of the agenda. Business on speaker decks.
The agenda item number 5, business on speaker decks.
Yeah.
So on business on speaker decks, it says what?
Communication from Honorable Gregory W. Como, Inspector General, Liberia National Police, I believe, against the conduct of Honorable Yeke Koluba.
Against the conduct of Honorable Yeke Koluba. Go ahead.
Raising serious concerns for national security, I believe, for public safety and state stability.
Okay.
B, request for the expulsion of Honorable Yeke Koluba.
Okay. So on the agenda, they have a communication from Gregory Kumo. So the communication is not discussed yet. They have not gone through what Gregory Kumo is reporting. Then they have another agenda item that says expulsion. So this is how do you people in the law, the law sector? Is this what we say? This is anyway. But you are trying to declare the next even ahead of due process.
Yeah.
Because on what basis will you include expulsion on the agenda right after a communication from Gregory Kumo? So it means that particular communication from Gregory Kumo, the discussion will not be fair. It means you already decided to expel the man, and that's why you are caught. Thank you. You see why I'm talking about the legal people?
This guy's yourself,
right? It's premeditated, right? So you can you want to do that, but continue reading through. I just want to make this clear so that people listening to you read, we'll to get the background that will be coming from.
C appearances,
Mhm.
LPRC, and channel U.
So the rest of it are nonsense. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
so
I think
forget the rest of it.
okay.
LPRC, you know, be big, it must work for gas and all the kind of things that, you know, I mean, we're not interested in. Look, so you heard it, you saw the agenda. Which one you want to go first?
I will be last.
So,
I'm still trying to
so Gregor Como,
get it.
the Gregor Como is asking the members of the House of Representatives to probe, or better still, he's complaining Yaga Koliba to them.
Mhm.
Because according to him, Yaga Koliba utterances against
Threatening
security, national security, blah, 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 and the
and
rest
the
of it.
stability of the country.
Thank you. The stability of the country and the rest of the other, you know, stuff he intimated. But Jerome,
Yeah.
were you able to come across any publication? And this is where I want the Bob making video where you were treating me.
Yeah. But I want you to put, before you put the soy in the soup, I want you to put the stuff there.
Mhm.
There's a video,
Mhm.
I believe you have, where the present Minister of Information
Uh-huh.
is saying that even if were his mother in an election in District 10,
Mhm.
he would, he will not vote for his mother. He would have voted for Yeke.
We'll go to all of those places.
Yeah.
My point is, I want to know whether there is a record
Mhm.
for the Liberian National Police also inviting, because Bob Neke is not a legislator.
Mhm.
So he cannot be complained to that August body. Lawmakers benefit some kind of, privilege, where when they are in
On the duty of the House of Representatives.
good. So when they come in competition with the law, there's just courtesy given to them, where the speaker will be waiting, Representative Roosevelt stole Bittergood, and we want to arrest him. So we want to let him know, so that it doesn't appear like we are trying to disrespect the member of the House of Representatives. So the police will look at it, look at the evidence, look at the whatever the case is, and say, okay, you know what? We will even assign our legal people with Roosevelt to go so that his rights cannot be abused as an honorable member.
Yeah.
But it doesn't apply to people like Bob Neke. Because Bob Neke, and I'm trying to get the video. We have a video here now. Somebody should send it to me if you have it. Where Bob Neke talk about giving Guinea at least 72 hours ultimatum.
Mhm.
You remember? Bob Neke gave Guinea 72-hour ultimatum that if the soldiers, refuse to leave our borders, he threatened that he would have gone there and the casualty would be in Conakry and so forth. Now, in as much as we do not think that whatever Yeke said, quote unquote, should be swept under the carpet, but I am still thinking as to whether Gregor Como was able to invite
that's the point.
Bob Neke to Central to have him interrogated for comments made against our neighboring country we are in conflict with. Because when you say Yeke's statement is counterproductive to the peace and security of the country, it put us on national security, this and that. Now, how do you consider a man who gave a whole sovereign country 3 days to leave Liberia? Or else there will be action, because you know rebel used to kill human being and drink the blood. Right, Jerome?
I'm finding it.
Fine. So let's put Bob Neke and put Bob Neke, you put Guinea, and you put Buddha, and you just put it in the session.
I got it.
Fine. Okay, yeah. So people send that to us. We play it. Because when you read the agenda, Gregor Como is reporting Yeke Koliba to the representatives to have a decision taken against Yeke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeke made a comments on Facebook. Gregor Como saw the very comments, the video where the comments were made. He saw that very video on the same Facebook, where the Bob Neke threatened Guinea on the same Facebook.
Mm.
So if you had the chance as a law enforcement officer,
The head of the Liberian
National Police, if you had the chance to have detailed detailed Yeke Koliba and report him to his colleagues, then you needed to have had all of the time to identify where Bob Neke lives, to identify where he works, so that you can go and arrest him and bring him to your area, and you be able to explain what's the implication of his action, to tell you why he is giving Guinea ultimatum. Because I see nothing different from what Yeke said, as to what Bob Neke said. So since some of you do not know what Yeke said, we play what Yeke said. And since some of you do not know what Bob Neke said, we try as hard as possible. Alexa got it. We play what Bob Neke said. Then the question now to you, the Liberian people, will be, why is Gregor Koma reporting Yeke Koma to the House of Representatives, but he is unable to invite Bob Neke to the Liberian National Police to be interrogated for the very comments made, comments that could undermine the peace of our country? Why again say, oh, rebel human being had in Liberia is threatening that he will not leave in 2 days time, and he will carry and wage war. Why the Guinean tell that they put a helicopter there in the air and start dropping schools for GBE in our community? You know what will happen?
And especially when you do not have a demarcation to go for Joshua Blind.
Okay.
There is no blockade like Yeke.
No blockade.
You gotta go tell Yeke pass it. This is what
you gotta go to the House of Representatives and that. In the case of Bonege, so there is no record to show that Bonege was invited to the headquarters of the LMP to be interrogated on this and that. And that is where we're going to be very clear with the conversation today, because what we see creeping here is the law being used from a political perspective. Simple. Because Yeke is against the government, Bob Neke is bootlicking the government, and so Bob Neke got a right to threaten Guinea
and sleep. Yeah.
And go about sleeping.
Yeah.
The former killer who said you use an inhuman being heart and drink their blood got a right to threaten Guinea, get Guinea on a 2-hour ultimatum. And he's not going to be invited by the police for questioning. But a Yeke Koluba who is accusing Joe Barker of compromising our territorial integrity. When he attended a meeting in Guinea, that Yeke is being complained to the regime speaker, Rete Kong, for action of expulsion to be taken. But the old killer, I'm saying old killer because he himself said he used to kill and drink human blood. The old blood-sucking demon made a statement threatening Guinea, but he's not invited. He's not summoned. Nobody investigating him. But only because Yeke was able to criticize Gregor Koma bossman. Gregor Koma decided to go and read the regime speaker, Richard King, complaining Yeke. Look, in 1990, in 1980, we'll go to the audio, right? But I'm very serious on this one, and I want those listening to be very, very cautious. In the 80s, in the 70s, when the Sumo noise started with Able Sarah and back on my there, this country, this whole country, one country like well, the country did not go to war because people never had rice. In fact, the rice were higher, it never had starch, Pusawa. You know that? Yeah. And that's how our parents who were living at that time, the rice is higher, Pusawa, it didn't have starch. Very healthy for the body.
It didn't be for again.
So it is hard.
If I assume that we bring in the remake, right? Not the original.
Yeah.
Not because we didn't have. I mean, we had the best rice. Now you use a bit more high blood pressure. The old people said everywhere you stop in Monrovia, your Peugeot car can carry you to your house. Monrovia was well laid out.
So we have Uber.
There's only there's only one store we're not smelling. Monrovia was clean.
And everyone in the region in Africa wanted to be in Liberia.
Wanted to come to Liberia. Lamco was like Petit Paris, Petit America, decent area.
Africa, America. Yeah.
We didn't go to war because we didn't have the legislature. Current in the country were plenty for those who were living here because the population was small and the current was sufficient for us. My coffee, I don't put this in and put drum inside here. You understand that? We didn't go to war because the schools were not good. That's when you had the Lokere, that's when you had the St. Francis of Assisi in Plibo, that's when you had all of the big schools, the CWA, that's when those schools were moving.
Yeah.
That's when you had the Tottenham High and all of these big schools. We didn't go to war because we never had better schools. We didn't go to war because we never had potable water. I'm told everything was smooth in Monrovia, all across the country. There were celebrations all over. Although the old man used to get their afro hair, this and that, but they were beautiful. There was no stress. The country was okay, peaceful.
And when they tied their rapper, they were nice.
They were nice.
Yeah.
when the men come their affair, everything was okay.
Yeah.
And their big balawala trousers, they were good. We did not go to war because those things did not exist.
When you watching your husband trouser, you will find money.
Thank you.
He didn't care.
Oh.
Yeah, my uncle told me we went to war not because the social amenities were lacking.
Mm-hmm.
He said we went to war because a few Liberians thought unto themselves that they alone were the ones who were circumcised.
Having said telephone booths were all over the place.
Yeah. Thank you. We went to war not because we didn't have all of these activities. I mean, we had the best cinemas. Mm-hmm. Our people had the best cinemas, the best music, the best of everything, organic food. They concentrated were not even happening here too many times. My uncle said we went to war because a few groups there, they alone the circumcised. They alone, they cut their stuff. Thinking that they alone were the only men.
Yeah.
A few groups thought unto themselves that they were the only owners of Liberia and the rest of the people could go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So they could look at you and walk on your right. They could abuse you. They could tamper with your constitutional, right. And thinking you got no choice in whatever the case is. He said that's why some people started getting vexed.
Yeah.
Some people started saying enough is enough.
Because you can't push people through the wall.
Because I can be a Liberian, you're a Liberian, we got the same blood running in our veins, and because you are privy to some governmental position and you want to use your job to override us. My uncle said some people left the country, and when they left, other people left. And when the other people left, all those who left in anger, they met somewhere else and they had a meeting and they said, "Where are you here, Jerome?" Jerome said, "I'm here because Elisa pushed me from the studio."
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here? I'm here because Elisa wasted water on me. She said, I'm not this year, I'm not so being in the studio. Also, why are you here? I'm here because Elisa said my car is going to park to the railway station and I'm used to be a star of freedom. Oh, Esther, why are you here? And everybody started giving the reason for which they left Freedom Radio Liberia. And in that meeting, they said, you know why?
We got to go back.
We love freedom. Freedom is our own. Elisa can now wake up one morning and come to freedom and think because she got personal issue with us, she will smoke us out of freedom. We got to go back and reclaim freedom. My uncle said that's how people went out, galvanized support, put their anger together, form it into a group, had the intellectual side of the group, and had the men who can spot things in the side of the group, and that's how the country became the dirtiest, the ugliest, the most vulnerable, and the least developed on the face of the earth. That's how we became the least today.
And even if you were to fight 10,000 times, you can't get back for tomorrow.
Thank you.
You can't get back that time.
Why are we saying it? We are saying it because similar things that led to disenchantment, similar things that led other Liberians to leave the country and go regroup. That's some of the things that happened in history. When you think Yeke is in error, when you think Yeke spoke against the national interest of our country, and you want to bring him to book, you should do that from a holistic perspective and not from a selective standpoint. The decision by Greg Como to write the legislature to single out Yeke and make him appear to be the only man who has said something that is against national security, when Bob Nigger, who threatened Guinea and getting 72 hours, is still passing around, then it is a reoccurrence of the partiality that led to the 1970s and 1980s and the rest of it. We are saying it because we do not want a repeat.
Mm-hmm.
When power enters people here too much, when they get drunk and overwhelmed with power, they tend to forget that there were people serving in the capacity they are in today, and there will be people after them.
That's the point. That's the point.
No, I mean, that's the point. Between 2023 to 2024, there was somebody in a local Pajasuru. There's somebody you can forget. Maybe you forget to know that between 2030 to 2036, there may be somebody else in that role. You will now be. I mean, you was never born RG. When I go out, girl, where am I born? The nurses in the hospital were calling him RG. No, they were not calling you RG. You grew up. You went to the rank and file. You became RG. You were leaving. There will be somebody else who will be RG in this country. And that's why when you are exercising your role, when you have the opportunity to exercise the responsibility attached thereto, as pertaining your office, do that from an honorable standpoint. You are the head of the Liberia National Police. You are not the United Party Sabu unit. You are not the disgruntled unit or the violent unit of the United Party. No. That police is being paid by the Liberia taxpayers' money and not United Party due money. So you are supposed to serve the Republic of Nigeria and not the party. What we see you do is selective justice. What we see you do is a political witch hunt. Are you trying to do the yeke? But I will save it for the rest of the conversation. I will save it. But we're trying to go and get what Yeke said. Then we'll play what Bob Yeke said. Then the Labempo will be listening and be deciding on what basis Garukumo wrote Weteku, to probe Yeke Koluba. I want you guys to listen. Take the time and listen to the one while and let's try to get me
So I sent.
Okay. Good. So you want there's the one Joe was talking about the Jeremy PRO. And we got to go Ali on. We got all of it. So this is why you can call yourself for which Gary could say the people more investigating. You listen.
President Dunya, it was resolved in our meeting according to my source. And Mr. Walker agreed in our meeting according to my source that we are going to take the AFL from over there and take the post from there. The simple thing is giving that being a cost company to start collecting taxes. So you think so young people of town will bring people to start collecting taxes. Not only making fun of the people. Then when you talk, you see the car burning and collect you need the people, we can't pay for you again. And all that is Jawata. There will be too anxious. Okay, you will wait me. You just take time. While you're trying to move me, I know that Joseph Bonapi is one president. We want to tell the people of Mr. Country that Mr. Walker will come up with the truth to let them know that the meeting Mr. Walker went in with the Senate President Dunya. It was resolved in our meeting according to my source. And Mr. Walker agreed in our meeting according to my source that we are going to take the AFL from over there and take the place from there. The simple thing is giving that being a cost company to start collecting taxes. So you think so young people of town they will bring people to start collecting taxes. Not only making fun of the people. Then when you talk, you see the car burning and collect you need the people, we can't pay for you again. And all that is Jawata. There will be too anxious. Okay, you will bless me. You just take time. While you're trying to move me, I know very well that Joseph Bonapi is one president.
Okay. So this was amongst all other issues. This is one of the audios that made the government to go complain Yeke Koluba to Richard Kuhn. Now, I ain't going to say anything about. I'm not going to say anything about what Yeke said or not. Yeke quoted his soul. According to him, he said he quoted his soul. But when you are having kind of with Yeke saying President Baga agreed in Guinea that the land question up for us, and that's why he was doing nothing about it. And you say because of that comment, it is bordering on national security issue and this. You want to persecute him? You want to have him removed? Then why is this man not naked? They man who can be get ultimatum.
If you kill without your arm with a flare, rest of it. Rest of on your shoulder, you erected a flare with arms. You erected a flare with arms. With arms, bare arms. Bare arms. Look, we just have a wonderful president. We just have a wonderful president who is trying to use peace. After he went and discourse and an arrangement was reached, the next day your soldiers came with their flag, with arms. They don't have to erect a flag. It's a serious violation, very serious violation. And I will say it clearly. If Guinea decide to fight Liberia, Guinea will lose. We have a lot to lose.
The board niggas talking. Jerome, Alexa, fellow Liberian listener. The board nigga talking. Board nigga is sitting now somewhere. Maybe Tinia was on the boat while he was talking or smoking weed or something else he's doing. But Gregor Kuma is running behind Yaka, watching Yaka complain when he cannot arrest him. Only because the man started a conversation, what they were saying, we have a very decent president, Gregor Kuma Bossman. And you know, we have a very good president. Because this man is wearing green. Because Bob Neke is wearing green and supporting the green president. Well, come on and say green. You know the rest of it. You know? Because the man is supporting the green uniform president. So Gregor Kuma ain't see the one in Tokyo. Come and listen to the text.
If they push this to a fight, they have a lot to lose.
Can you imagine? This is what Bob Neke was saying. I mean, you can start the conversation. This is what Bob Neke was saying to the Guineans. Now, is Gregor Kuma aware that if the Guineans decide to listen to Bob Neke, they will get this? Is this statement not a threat to national security? Because you are confronting the Guineans. Who told you that the government has a threat to the other people just what? The government will be the Guineans ordinary citizens in the huh? Yeah, ordinary people in the So if this whole notorious blood sucking rebel will come and say threaten Guinea like he was doing now, why Gregor Kuma did not call him? Because the foreign government will not take them as serious if the own government start bringing the book. You know, Alexa, Joe, the way you're talking recklessly, if the own government is not advising, excuse me, we are in a serious issue with our neighbors, and your comments are not healthy. You know, and when you bring in the book, the foreign government will say, okay, you know what, their government in Labrona in favor or that nonsense what they get talking. But you let Bob Neke to be passing around free. But you wouldn't have space to invite Yeke. This is injustice. Like I said, we didn't fight war in the 80s and the 90s because we did not have water in legislature. We fought because people decided to use the law for their own personal political clandestine views. They decided to use the law against their fellow Liberians. And I was born in people Maryland County. Jerome from somewhere, and let's not from somewhere. But all of the places we're from Liberia, and still we have Solomon Buddha that is under question right now. But all the places we're from Liberia. So no man should think that he is a Liberian than the other. When you want to use the law, the reason why Gregor Kuma got authority to write and say you come here, I will go there, is because under the law he's the head of police, right? And when you come here, I'm supposed to go. But when you use that authority for political reasons, there is an infringement of the other man's right. Because injustice in any place is not acceptable. Listen to Bob Neke as he continues with his treat against Guinea. But sadly, his fellow partisans, Gregor Kuma did not invite him for questioning. But Gregor went and complained to Richard, and the session agenda leaked to the public, and we have it.
Seriously, we have a lot to lose. Fighting is not a weapon. Fighting is experience. It's not a weapon. Guinea will be right here to this border, trying to come, and we will be in their country. Our Joshua will be in their country.
Okay, Jerome, Elijah, is this not declaration?
So, especially when you are not part of the armed forces of the Republic of Liberia.
He's not a member. There's an old rebel, man.
Yeah.
This guy is an old rebel. He said he's a suck blood. He's an old blood sucking citizen. You hear what he said? That if the Guinea decide to come to like the Republic of the border, that's what like will be in country.
Maybe not embarrassing.
No, so what I want to use the medicine or you sacrifice your children, to do whatever that his business. Our point is, he is making statements that could undermine the current negotiation the Liberian government is having with her Guinean counterpart. A responsible government, a police force that is not politically driven, will invite them in and bring him to book because his comments are provocative. Oh, one Guinean general can listen to the comment?
Yeah.
And on the basis of that, he will start.
And his past record, though.
Thank you. He comments and he pass record. Oh, the man used to be naked when you're fighting for a rebel those days. They make a video on YouTube where he said he killed thousands of people. So his comments are not, ordinary. We're not super on the carpet because he is capable. He has been there, had to come up and say, and done that.
He's been there, done that.
Oh yeah, he has been there and done that. So the Guineans could look at your comment and say, no. I mean, la bonne president can be saying, backing out the putting in la bro, preparing the window, so we're not listening. They could use his comments and decide something. So a non-political police force will be inviting Joshua Bayi for questioning. Unfortunately, Gregor Como didn't see that through them. All you could do was to write Rachel Kumu, complaining, because it has been reported that the government of Liberia the government already dished out. It has been alleged that this government already dished out the executive branch money to lawmakers to solicit their signatures to take a decision against Yeke. What they are debating among themselves right now is whether to set the first precedent of expelling a member in the post-era. In the post-war era,
They could do it.
or to have been suspended. The monitor has been alleged that they already ate it.
Then you fall in the hole.
So you are having a situation where bond maker is threatening. Hey, you heard him, man? You heard him? Let me know him.
They will be right to this border, and I will be in their country. Our president is peaceful, and this is the right matter.
Okay. So you see, what did he say that Yeke did not say? In fact, he said the worst.
And he even placed Liberians in harm's way.
In harm's way.
To be frank.
So Yeke said, look, Joe Baga had the news from you. Joe Baga finished agreeing, he said, the learner for all, you know what, let
That bag will be
back. That's what Yeke said.
simple.
Yeke, it's simple. Yeke did not say you can't go fight Guinea. No, Yeke did not say it. Yeke said the old man agreed with Dumbuya. He's aware of what's going on. You should tell going over. You should stop making it going over the worry for nothing. You should stop giving them fake hope. That's what Yeke is saying. For Bondeke, he said Guinea will keep advancing. They will not know they will be to the border who will be in country.
So what's about the civilian defending and you forget what it doesn't how you feel what?
So the point here is, why is Gregor Como being selective in whatever he intends to achieve? Because if it is tailored on the basis of safeguarding the peace of our country, protecting the safety and security of the state, national security implication, why is Bondeke still allowed to move around? This man should be arrested. A serious government will have him arrested.
A government that is not full of partiality.
A government where the politicians, a police force where the politicians are not calling the shots. But I'm not surprised, Jerome. You follow the capital assault case? This was the first time I saw the Liberian National Police that is supposed to be a peacemaking force. You know what I mean? Group A against Group B. The police are supposed to go there and neutralize the tension.
Yeah.
This is the first time the first time in our country where I am seeing
a democratic government.
Thank you. It's supposed to be democratic government.
You think so?
I know so, bro. The first time that we saw the police force that was supposed to go between majority bloc and minority bloc and make peace, we saw the police force turn their back on the majority bloc. Anytime policemen turn it back to you, that you in protection.
Yeah.
When policemen facing you, that you the one come here assault. When you turn it back to you, protecting you. The first time we saw the police turn their back to majority bloc and started using baton tear gas on the minority. It broke Luther calling here. Representative Luther calling of Babylon County.
And that's today you said the house has guidelines and you send communication that you spread them today.
It broke Luther calling here. It tear gas, the other lawmakers, Opi Cooper, got wounded. The very year you're talking about, the police brutalizing, his hair was wounded, a platoon. It's not strange. It's the first time you see the police taking side. The first time the Supreme Court ordered the House of Representatives to return the status quo. The police was supposed to take the police from behind the fixed speaker at the time and assign them to the legitimate speaker. He refused. He still kept the police assigned vehicles and national weapons behind an illegitimate speaker at the time. So it is not strange when Gregor Kuma is being selective in his invite, in his invitation extended to people, or better still, complain against people. I'm not surprised. He's running a force that we can only refer to as a political wing of the United Party. And this is wrong. The police thought this place is supposed to be the place where any Liberian, regardless of their political, ethnic, religious, or criminal alignment, they should go through and get justice. When you start to make the police appear to be a party police, oh no, that's something you're building in the community. Lack of trust. And when people start to be their own police, then the country fabric is breaking down gradually. So this week, and Jerome, I'm talking about the week, because I want to get it. Then I hear then we conclude to the lines. With this week, where Yaki is going to be complaining on the floor, at the wedding floor or something I can find.
As a matter of fact, they have two of him. One from the police.
One from the police,
and
then the other one calls for expulsion.
Yeah.
So it's a whole plan thing. I mean, it's a quick mentality.
Try to put pressure. I mean, you cannot be causing problems all over the government.
Yeah.
You find the police complaining you still in our house. We already get.
We are told one lawmaker from one district was the one who officially reported him. My take is with Gregor Como. He's the head of police. When you take your time to write the legislature against a particular individual, when this guy who is giving Guinea ultimatum and telling Guineans that they will be patrolling my border, they will be in colony. Do you know what I mean? When you threaten the political capital of another country,
and you think you're supposed to be sleeping.
You know what to that country?
Yeah.
When you threaten the political capital of any country, to go to the extent where you say they will be to the border, you'll be in colony. They think Guinea men now mention Morovia before.
They only talk about their land, their river.
So their border area.
Yeah.
You ever hear the Guinean mention Morovia before? There's men who open their mouth and threaten the people capital. Morocco, they're not inviting him, but you are inviting Yeke? Man, that's what Morocco said. We didn't go to war in this country because we don't have food. Because we don't have good schools. We went to war because people decided to use their governmental portfolio to steal people's land, to use their governmental portfolio to infringe on the rights of other people, to take people's properties, and that's why people got disentangled. They fled, they regrouped, and they came back. Gregor Como, we don't want you guys to plunge this country into something we cannot explain. Over 20,000 people voted in the Supreme. As we speak, there are over 20,000 people who will always go back to the Supreme to go and vote for him. Stop fueling tension in the country. The nonsense happening to the border, the government should be responsible enough to go and handle it. Whether the Guineans are ambitious to take land and grab it for themselves, but the fact that somebody went on the Macona River and started mining sand, and in mining sand started allegedly mining diamond and gold is enough to say to you that Liberians started talking and showing that nonsense that really happened. And the government should be very responsible in handling you. We cannot be confronted with a serious border crisis and you come ignite another political tension within. You can bring one nigga to check. Why you want to bring Yaga to check? Why do you want to bring Yaga to check when in fact Yaga did not say anything that is against the Guinean? Whatever Yaga say in the internal politics, we can always say, but nigga who told Guinean say when the guy will be economy, do you know what that means? The men who threaten our lives through a feeble threat. Whatever, maybe the threats are not people. But through the test he's making against Conakry, you are not bringing in the boat. No, let it be the partisans think for once and think the truth. All the things we're saying, let me think about it. The men who say we will be in Conakry, causing trouble there. When the Guineans we mean to our border, your police director did not call him for questioning. When I who say that your brother know what he is doing in Guinea, why he dead in Guinea? For which he is allowing the people to remain on the land in fear. Who among these two people say bad thing for which you are complaining the order and leaving the order to pass around and be drinking oil, liquor, smoking a weed, and doing everything you want to do? Who said the most important thing against the national interest too? But that is the basis of the conversation. I don't know where you're going to take it from. But that is it over to you, and the lesson coming later, then we go because we go to line we take course.
The way process, she started looking from there. But yeah, Oliver, I 100% agree with you. But there's just something that is slacking from my end. Yeke, Braka, the police chief, the information minister, these are people from the same sector. And for me, I'm not going to concentrate on Yeke and his folks because sometimes you evaluate people. It's not because you want a position and you bring other people. And sometimes you ask yourself, why did he stay that long? In just more than that. Last year, Yeke and his folks, they try to, roll the political fee. But that's it. I don't want to drag myself into that. I will say it repeatedly. What Yeke wants for his people, they can settle that. But on the basis of Blai, that we call pot making, and I hear some Liberians, they say, oh, Guinea people were here. I will just reach into then switch to process quickly. I don't want to take too much time. They will say, oh, during the war, Guineans, they were here, we battled them, this, that. Look, Guineans were here, but they were not as reckless as the Unity Party will be. A government that runs away from the truth. So Guinea had a responsibility to protect the citizens, or you say the ordinary people and the peace. So they will not fight you as you think when Liberia and Guinea is fighting. So we are in modern time when one nigga says he will be in Conakry. That is the worst threat. Mm-hmm. As far as regional peace is concerned.
That's right. You're on point.
Yeah, you cannot even compare what Yeke said. Yeke is only saying, I don't want to call Yeke, but he's only saying your government needs to tell you the truth. The president is aware.
Thank you.
He has the truth. So demanding truth. Because you people, you also get all the class in the country. So demanding truth doesn't mean threat.
He's not threatening anything.
Yeah, he's only telling you, say the truth to your people so the people can know.
Maybe you're embarrassed.
Yeah.
That he's exposing you.
Yeah, okay. So maybe you think, oh, but how did they manage to know
Thank you.
the truth? And Who told the man? So you people can settle your matter, but to be calling the man and saying, "Oh, he threatened the peace, he threatened the country, there will be no stability." Come on, you. If the police is serious,
Oh yeah,
if the police is serious and care for the ordinary people,
that's the line.
Nathan Bly should be the way the police should go for.
Call for the blood sucking man. Then he can and tell you why he will and say you go concrete.
Let me tell you something, Oliver. World War III, the former defense minister,
Done it here.
yeah, Clay came on an attack. And then Clay was captured, but there's an area called Clay Junction, like Barnaville Junction.
Good.
So they get Barnaville. So the BBC was angering that, Mr. Defense Minister, law forces said they have taken Clay. You know what the man said? The man said, no, as far as we're concerned, there's a place called Clay Junction, so they are only at Clay Junction. That statement, there was surveillance who said, they say they don't want in control of Clay Junction.
Yeah.
The people went there and the people got killed. Because why? The spokesperson, the official defense minister of the country misled the ordinary people.
That's right.
And the people followed that information.
That's right.
So if you say, we're telling you, before we be here, in the next 2 days, I will be in Conakry, Guinea. Are you going for regime change in Guinea? Or are you going to protect the border? Or you have the capacity?
But when you go to somebody national capital, you're going for a regime change.
Yeah.
And that's why Kwame Nkrumah should be inviting him instead of Yahya who is Hamlet.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
But before I go, those of you who think that you can fight Guinea and you want to do, this message is straight to the police chief. Gregory Como, I want you to listen carefully. If you think what Yeke said is dangerous than what his name, Bly said, I want you to listen. All of you Liberians, I want you to listen. Because if you think that, Liberian people are brave, this and that, we're in a modern and sophisticated age of the world. So you have to understand. Oliver, let me just conclude with this information.
Mm-hmm.
Guinea possesses relatively strong military in West Africa, featuring an active force of 12 to 13,000 or 65,000 depending on reports, and a budget of roughly 529 million. The people that they get nothing, they have debts, so you will beat the border, the people come in your city over you. You don't have that capacity. So the man who will be taking the rock to the Guinean people and say, let's see, and I say you get this, and I say you get that, that the man, the police, all over, should go for. But for Yeke and his Unity Party people, they can settle their problem, whether they move him from his job, whether they expel him, whether they do whatsoever they want to do to him. For me, these are people that he loves, so they can settle their fault. But Bly, he needs to be called because he threatened Guinea. Princess.
That's right, Joe. You couldn't have said it more than that. That's right.
So I think I have a bigger shoe to fill after Oliver and and then you, Jerome. So there's something called priority, and that is placing importance to something that should be really, really important to you. I think one of the things I'm saying here is makes priority. So we still have our people in Solomba. They're still there living in fear. They're still there trying to survive. And then we have the big people here in Monrovia who are supposed to prioritize what's happening there to make sure calm is, restored, to make sure our people are not living in fear. They're here being very dramatic, and they're placing their priority on something else that should not be prioritized. What I'm saying this to me, Rachel Cole. I'm going to take this one step. Rachel Cole, who is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, went there in Lofa County and promised. He gave a 48-hour ultimatum to the LRRC and the National Disaster Management of Liberia. And according to him, he wanted to go there to provide some level of relief or ration to people who are going through a whole lot in that part of Liberia. Now, the $1 million question is, how far is that ultimatum? Has the speaker prioritized that ultimatum he gave? Do we have people from LRRC and the National Disaster Management there in Lofa County? We do not know. There's no update. I stand to be corrected. There's no updates, and what now they're focusing on is rather more political than something that's of human interest, because they're now focused on what Yeke Koluba said, and they also want to use the same House of Representatives that Yeke Koluba is a member of to have him expelled probably, or suspended. I don't know how it is going to go. Richard Cohn is now focusing on that more than what he said to the people of Lofa County, that part of Lofa County. So these people are not to be trusted. And I'm saying this without any apology. That's one part of it. Also, we're looking at Gregory Common of the Liberia National Police, who happens to be the chair of the Joint Security, I'm told. He has not updated the public. He are going there with some officers of the Liberian National Police. And when they went there, they met, I think, some immigration officers as well as members of the armed forces of Liberia. I'm not sure as to whether Greg has given us any update, regarding what's happening there as well. I don't know about that because I haven't seen anything. If there is, maybe someone should say that to us. There's no update. He went there dressed as he's always probably dressed, and he got back here. We don't know what's happening, what's not happening. That's another thing. Now he's mostly focused on Yeke Koluba's statement, quoting a source from Guinea. And we talked about this, I think, 2 or 3 days last week, and we're here again playing that. That's also another thing. Gregory Coleman is here, and we have the Minister of Information telling Liberians, if you do not like what's happening, in other words, you can take arms and you go there and fight. Our society has a huge portion of people who are gullible. So obviously there are some people who will take that literally. That is being irresponsible. Did Greg Coleman right saying we, condemn this statement because this is a moment of seriousness? No one should respond with emotions. I'm not sure I saw anything of that sort as well, because the Minister of Information shouldn't sound the way he sounded. Exactly. So that also says you're not prioritizing what's happening there. They're rather being political about it because they want to put in a picture that says they have this under control, which of course it is not the case. When Kula Fufana also wrote, I think we read that last week, and there was a phrase about claimed to be, a territory claimed to be, what was she called to make any clarity on that particular phrase? Did she make any clarity? I have not seen one, so I'm not sure. And now we're back to, I don't want to get back to Yeke Koluba, but naked Joshua. He had a whole live session on the social media, Facebook to be precise. And he said a whole lot of things that are not to be listened to, because I believe 100% he is not to have a voice that should be listened to in this country. He should be a voiceless individual, given the role he played in the Civil War, given that it seems like he doesn't have remorse, because if he does have remorse, he will be discouraging people who are making statements that will probably, plunge this country into another thing that's of discussion rather than progression. But he said a whole lot, and people elevated that. He has not been called, because what he said still has the propensity to making this country be in a way that it shouldn't be. Because if people listen to Joshua, who happens to have records of atrocities and all of those things, and people will take it way more seriously from Guinea, and about this time we'll have like Guinean soldiers maybe here in Liberia. But maybe Liberians are not taking his words seriously. Not Liberians, but the people he supported. By the way, he is a Unity Party member. He's a Unity partisan. So what he said, those words were not to be mentioned, given his record, given who he is as a person. Has he been called for questioning? I would just like to add to Oliver's question as well as Jerome's concern. Has he been called? I am not sure because he's still passing all around. Just the other day, he made another statement about something else. It means he is a free man. He is passing around. We're not saying you should jail him. We're saying call him for questioning. Because if you're using that standard to judge Yeke Koluba based on what he said, quoting his sources, and you have Joshua who is butt naked, he is parading freely without being called for questioning. It means you're being selective. It means you're prioritizing something else. It means you have a different motive, and this thing where you have Yeke placed in the middle of the spotlight, it is not about his words being counterproductive. His words being something that's instilling a fear in citizens or trying to undermine your diplomatic efforts. Because if that is the case, one of the first people to call would be Joshua, because he said a whole lot. And for him, he was brutal in what he said. He sounded as though we were in the days where you had rebels all across this country, and we're not in that way. We're not. We're into this Liberia where everyone is talking about peace, peace, and peace. So why you're exhausting every diplomatic effort, every diplomatic means, and you sure of protecting this country and its people, you should know who to call first and who not to call. You should know who the spotlight should be placed on. I'm not here defending Yeke Koluba. Yeke Koluba was clear in what he said, and we had a whole conversation about that. He even phoned in the other day when we talked about his press conference he had, quoting sources that this is what was discussed, and our leader has refused to tell us the truth. If you're sure that Yeke Koluba is being counterproductive to the peace and security of this country, is a threat to national security, what becomes of Joshua? What naked? What becomes of his words? If we want to put them in the same boat, yeah, let's consider that. But have you called him for questioning? This is directed to Greg Coleman, the Inspector General of the Police. Has Joshua Butt Naked been called for questioning? Did you listen to what he said? Did you listen to his words? Did you listen to his threats? His ultimatum given to the people of Guinea? Did you listen to him say he's going to be in Guinea in split seconds? We have to be serious. And Oliver talked about premeditated or premeditation. One of the reasons we still have the case that has to do with the Capitol building still in court is because of the same premeditation. When the fire incident happened, the last one that concluded everything at the end of the day, you did not start to investigate from the first incident that occurred where people talked about maybe it is water, maybe it is electricity. No, because the president, the leader said hooliganism, obviously that was the route you took and started your investigation. So obviously you wanted to beat that because it was said. Investigation doesn't take a single day. It takes years, it takes weeks, depending on the nature of the case. But if we are to be serious in this country, if the government of the day is to be serious in this country, you should start to question yourselves in your different positions from the mouthpiece of the government Ministry of Information that should be very clear, truthful, and accurate in information dissemination to this country and its people. Because we're yet to listen to anything now. The priority should also be you telling Liberians what's happening at the Salumba border. Again, the question is, has that issue been resolved? We don't know. Now we're focused on Monrovia's happenings. Yeke Koluba is here. Aji is here. Members of the House of Representatives, they're here. And you have Richard Cohn there, who has not fulfilled his promise because what he said, that Soso Vla said we're bringing El IRC here to help our people, giving ultimatum authoritatively, courageously. And now I think he's quiet. I asked a question on social media, and I thought because I tagged his page, I actually thought they were going to respond to that, but no. So it means they don't care. They are just going there for the cameras and to be in the news, the headlines, different talk shows. They don't care about you. They don't. If they do, at about this moment, we will know what's happening at the border. What is the update? Or are we going to forget about that? Because in Liberia, usually some stories take like 1-2 weeks and we're done. So as Liberians now, are we done with this entire issue when we still have our people there? They're still scared and they don't know what's going to happen to them because maybe the government is yet to say something else to them. The Ministry of Information, Gerald McPia, maybe he is still, I don't know where he is. Anyway, I don't know. Because if a minister could address the public emotionally and responding to different views and different opinions from people, saying if you think this is this, you can take guns or you can take whatever and go there. Is that how you respond in moments where people are scared, people are seeking answers, people want their concerns to be addressed? Is that how we're going to run this country responsibly? If that is how, it means we're not going anywhere, we're stuck. There are people who are still living in this country, they're emotionally unstable. Psychologically, they're not all right because of the trauma, the pain and degradation they experienced when we had the Civil War. We're not going back there yet, but while you are investigating all these things, you have to be very careful and straight to the point. We are not to teach you how to investigate. But you've already said this man is going to be court expelled or suspended. I don't know how it is going to go based on what he said. Without asking this man for his sources, without asking this man to help you in this entire thing. Because if I have quoted a source from Guinea, and this is a very crucial happening in my country, I think the authorities should be able to call me. Hey, you quoted your sources. Can you tell us more? Because you want to have different aspects, different views. But I think this is a diversionary, means right now to throw Liberians off the real issues that are happening. Because now they want us to be focused on Yeke Koluba, Greg Coleman, and that of the House of Representatives, why we disregard the real issue that's happening at the border, why we disregard asking as to whether the issue has already been resolved or not. I was not here during the war. I was here, but I don't little day. Let me say it that way. But we listen every day to people narrate stories. These are not beautiful stories. And all we were just talking about back in the day how Liberia was. More like a safe haven where people would come here for vacation to enjoy. It sounds amazing. People did not go to war because our country was not beautiful. People did not go to war because our country lacked, some things that people enjoyed. People went to war because certain people felt like they were more Liberian than the other. And I think this is the start of it again. We are on the path again where certain people feel like they're in power, they have the influence. So if I'm to call Jerome for questioning, even if Alexa said worse things than Jerome said, or I know like Jerome come here that he never will come here. I don't care about what Alexa said. This should stop. This should stop. If you so much care about this country, if you so much care about the stability of this country, whether it is about national security, peace, or whatever it is, I think we need to be fair. We are not to be selective. Okay? So call this Joshua guy, butt naked, because when people don't know it, Joshua needed that. Call this butt naked guy, question this guy, because what he said also is not okay. People thought your brother was gone. Then you say you will disappear. I don't know how you disappear spiritually or what kind of thing, I don't know. but you're going to go to Guinea because men are here. We're not discussing that, okay? Yes, yeah, we're not letting country, but we are one of the shows that has said why the government is being diplomatic about everything else. Our people are to be protected, and I also think, Oliver, this is discrediting the young people who started the first time this happened when everybody got to know about it. Those young people there who have raised our flag, I think they're also discrediting them because those guys were celebrated. Those young people were celebrated the first day when it happened, and after that, here we are. So we cannot risk those people who stood firm and raised the flag of our country. Now the government has taken over this entire situation, so they are to really work this out so that everybody can be happy. So while you're calling Yega Kolba, while you're having something else planned for him, whether it's expulsion or suspension, call Joshua. Let him tell how he's going. Because in fact, based on Joshua's statement, that we had other rebels to come on and started talking all kind of tapata and thing, as Oliver can say. The country here, they're not Plato. We know the country going to deal with this, exact. But the country here, they're not Plato. So everybody has to be serious. And if you are governing, govern responsibly because that's exactly what you promised us.
Okay, so basically we're going to take a break. When we come back from our break, we'll go to you, the people listening to us, to give your input. But the bottom line is the government, after so many attempts to hide the real narrative from the Liberian people, they've elected to doing nothing else. Like Alexa said, will distract us. Tell us who are digging sand, digging gold in the People River. If you didn't find the person, go look for them. If you know the person, if you don't want to mention them, shame on you. What negotiation did you reach with the Guinean government? Did you agree with them that the land they are claiming should go to them and Liberia dress back? If that is what you did in Guinea, if you agree that God is not making new land in Guinea, tell us. If God made new land in Guinea, tell us. If God did not make new land in Guinea, you should tell us. That's why Yeka is asking. And so when you want to bring Yeka to book, something that should be done through the joint security. The Minister of Justice should have been the one writing the Liberian legislature on this particular issue. The police is just a subset of the joint security. You know, to be educated and to behave like an educated person, they're two different things. Yeah, two different things. You can get the degree and get the paper. To behave like the degree and the paper are two different things. The joint security, the national joint security of our country, should be the one writing Roger Cohn to bring this to his attention because this is no longer very not a civil matter, it's a national security matter.
And just a minute, yeah. So I want to know if the speaker is going to. I want to know how is it going to appear like while they're having a couple out there and they're discussing when he has not even fulfilled his promise to the people. So it is shameful.
The point is very simple, and we're gonna go to say this. Shame on the Unity Party. Jerome, shame on the Unity Party. This is another calculated attempt by the UP government to suppress opinions that are not aligned with the government's agenda.
Sure.
Nothing else. Nothing else. And I repeat, nothing else. But niggas are the worst. I mean, the worst of all you can think about if you whole comment. Because all the men we're talking about, niggas say you end up on the people capital. No, but it's not funny.
That man is moving free. Because that was my concern.
You can leave your children, huh? And then he's
and so you want to disrespect other people's children.
the people you're talking about, how will you go concrete when you're supposed to be protecting the border?
Where are you passing to go to
His priorities.
Where are you passing to go to
Yeah.
So you will just disappear.
So a serious police director, who's in Syria, will be running directly to invite the men who say can go to Conakry.
Because why? Why are you even making a statement like that? When we're trying to find solutions, like
The government can be telling all one answer the negotiating, then a government supporter, mind you, when Grandma Como was still in one room, maybe in one room giving instruction, the bond making and Yakin were on the street protecting the party votes. They were the ones fucking peaceful citizens. Their boys were the ones brutalizing and killing CDC people in the country. They issued a mandate to protect votes and dilute any threat that would have seen United Party lost the election. They were the ones, providing the guardians. So when such a man is making a threatening remark against a neighbor, and the police director sits there and is only concerned with going to put Yeke on record, Grandma Como should be reporting to a boss, Councillor Onjo Tue. The Honorable Chairman John Security, this person is a lawmaker. He is, in our mind, doing this that has national security implication. The Justice Minister will then communicate to the first branch of government. Councillor Tue, the Minister of Justice, is the boss of the Joint Security. Grandma Como is just a bodyguard in the Joint Security. One of the implementing force, the boss man at the Justice Minister, I bought the Minister of Finance and the Joint Security money from there. And some for say police, you come for your own. Immigration, come for your own. NSA, come for your own. Fire service, come for your own. DEA, come for your own. That the Justice Minister, the Minister of Justice is the mother body for the Joint Security. And he's going to write a communication, not Greg. But you know that the responsible government they got, we don't care if they want to run a government charity. What we care about is to do the law in a way that it will benefit the rest of the country. To hold a Yeka accountable for innocent statement that got no national bearing on our country.
Oliver, listen to this. I just wanted to clear the air. I want you to listen. They say when a citizen of another country threatens the capital of another sovereign nation,
okay,
it generally signifies a serious national security concern.
Thank you. So you leave Bodmaker who threatened to go to Conakry in the people capital. You don't even want to go to Labe, Zero Korea. We don't even cross Makona Road, Makona Road, Nana. The woman says in Manila, in a man background of Johnsonville residence, and open a more he say the will be the border will be Conakry. And Greg is not seeing that man as a person of interest. By this time, Greg should be recommending the man to the Joint Security Council, and there should be a Joint Security operation inviting the Joshua Blind man and prosecuting him because his comments alone could provoke Guineans. The Guinean embassy is still here.
And just given his history, right?
The Guinean ambassador,
he's not just, of course, he's an ordinary citizen, but
an ordinary citizen with killing record.
Exactly, his profile
with drinking blood record.
When you are profiling this gentleman, you know exactly who he is. Like he has done different documentaries.
But like I said, shame on the Unity Party. You know why I'm telling them? Why I shame them? Because they have everything available to them. They still want to be on Yeke. Why you want to remove Yeke? Why you want to remove Yeke? And let me say this to those of you who are the quote-unquote opposition political figures in the House. You lawmaker, you from ANC, you lawmaker, you from CDC, you lawmaker, you from all the political parties outside of the Unity Party. Y'all go ahead and accept the $50,000 what they're offering you.
It's the start for all of you.
All of you who say you're now in United Party, you're from different political party, and you're in capital building, you're calling yourself representative there, go ahead and take the 70, 50, 60,000 what they offering you. The money that is allegedly being dished out to you. You're going to receive it. You're move yeke. One United Party say will come from America, you got 300,000, give the rich crew, and then you divide among your money, and one other lawmaker from that district.
It's a business.
They go find one film say excuse and remove you. You are relegating this country. You're ruining the image of the country. You're putting the country in the mud because of greed. What I'll do with 50,000? Buy the soon get a car, go sit on our jail, and be doing plenty women in it. So you gamble with it. That's all. Nothing else you want to do? Nothing else you want to do with the money? You're not going to spend that 50,000 on your people in the district. Some of you that just nothing you want to do with the money. Call yourself lawmaker from different political party, right? You CDC, you for ANC, you for ALP, you for all the other party. Call yourself opposition lawmaker. Go take the 40,000, go take the 50,000, go take the 30,000 and go vote to remove your care. Tomorrow, you know the party say, yes, in Rhode Island. If you look at what they say, but when I just say lead our the way a popular will go in the district with a by-election, I can win.
Yeah.
If you go 500,000, come take 300,000 and share your month, about 37 to 40 human beings. They will remove me the next day. How long the case for y'all? If I want to put it on the leg and say you're raped, you got raped, you can't be loving again. You know, resolution to remove you and take it fairly.
Sure.
And I don't stop moving for your positions. You gotta stand for something, especially those of you who call yourself citizen lawmakers. I'll be disappointed if we see the list of those who will vote against Yeke. And let me say it. I don't know how you. I'll be disappointed if those who will vote against Yeke are from the CDC, if those who will vote against Yeke are from the ALP and all the opposition political parties. I'll be disappointed. Because that will be a clear betrayal. You are sitting clearly, attentively looking at the government trying to make this country a one-party state. And some of you're already part of the 50,000. The 50,000 not even kind of start eating it.
You go credit.
Don't worry.
My mark out give me.
Hey, Jerome, you ever said no say we no cabinet building?
Yes.
I was sat on cabinet building one day. I saw lawmaker go to a speaker before to build a funded.
Things are rampant.
Hey, man.
So then they get a book and then go to the center and say about put there.
I've seen situation where lawmaker go to a Senate speaker and have a funded.
Yeah. Not the country.
I mean, it was really nothing or anything. Anything. Lawmaker taking $5, $50, $40 for speaker.
And then the again we.
So y'all go sit on there and call yourself opposition lawmaker and go allow the cool to teach out 10, 15, 20,000 to y'all go remove your cat. They will remove your vote by vote in the town. And this guy will make this country a one-party state. But God forbid that happens. We're in a modern era.
And that is why I said they can do that thing in their family, but the laws of the country will be protected.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you go there and you'll be acting great. No way you'll not do nothing well. And you know, let's say send our money, you can do nothing well. Yeah. They are selling our money. You can't do nothing. You can't even do all the money will finish. I don't know some people are coming to spoil it. So
people are like an employer. I know how my money can go.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, so the source of the money are talking about money.
Yeah.
So they're saying to you, go ahead. Hey, I said money I want. Go ahead. But I better not see the list of the lawmaker who is signed for Yeke to be expelled. When you my friend, Jerome, ain't no there's a lawmaker myself can sit down and drink, out thing together. You might eat and drink. So I guess a lawmaker friend will sit down and drink ball together.
Is that what send me to prison? That's what you get.
I'm saying
I
this.
don't drink, so we're in the same point.
Okay, I'm the drunker Joe. No,
you're not saying that. No, we're not saying that. You can just go chill.
I'm saying this, and I'm on record. If any of my friends that I know who is a lawmaker, a representative, name is on that list, I'll fail you.
This is strong, Oliver.
Oh no, Jerome. I got friends at the legislature.
That is what I'm saying. It is strong because
I don't want to call their names now. I got friends in the legislature.
Yeah.
I got friends at the Senate. I got friends at the House of Representatives. In this case, it is at the House of Representatives.
And you get some former friends there as well.
Plenty. I'm saying to you, if I has managed to see the list of those who will sign for Yeke removal or suspension, you, my friend, you on that list 2029, pray God will not be in the country. If we're in the country, we'll campaign against you. If you are even on my party ticket, you can tell maybe I could own a party between now and 2029.
Well, President Obile is such a general.
And I'm saying, I'm declared. I will fight you.
Administrative assistant.
Any district lawmaker who has got a relationship with friends, you support the removal of Yeke or the suspension of Yeke, I will fight you in your district. Today, your market, you cut the clip. You tell all the staff to cut the clip. Let the screen record the show and keep the clip. I will go in your district campaign time. We'll sit down on the radio all day. We tell the people why you should not be elected because you do not stand for a cause.
My dear, let me just say this to you. Do not be surprised.
And we'll be adding you all to those who betray.
Do not be surprised.
That the ones who are known will do it. And I'm saying this.
Do not. No. I don't know about the ones you know, but do not be surprised because at about this point in time, and this should not even be just about Yeke Koluba, right? So let's remove the individual and talk about the real issue. So if they're sensible, if they understand exactly what's happening, they will know that this is not just about Yeke Koluba.
It is a precedent being set to go after them.
So,
and that's what we're saying, and we are clear. If any of the lawmakers, including my friends who are called and they can't even battle, they can take out the phone and call me. I will fire you in your district. If I can't go there in person, I will pay for airtime and my radio will go there. If I'm not convinced of the people there, but we ensure that we reduce your numbers. And we'll fire you. We'll expose you.
Yeah.
Because a man must stand for something.
If you can't stand for anything,
a man must stand for something.
For everything.
You said you'll be asking Grego Coleman, what did he do with the case of Bonleke before subjecting your colleague to you for investigation? Be asking Grego Coleman why the Minister of Justice did not sign that communication. Oh, the police director will go write the legislature to complain somebody on national security issue. At the moment the National Security Council is convened, the National Security Council election is in session. When the National Security Council is in session, after session, who presides? The Justice Minister, not the Police Director. Why is Grego Coleman overriding a function? Why is he doing it? And you guys are lawmakers, they start eating some of the money. You check out money, go to Vijay Kuna, if you give them 2,000.
Well, yeah, the boy saying, my friend is your friend.
Yeah.
If he uses them out to buy wine,
and the man who is putting Liberia in too much problem, they let them out.
Oh, no, just making another statement.
They brought the Oliver, if you were to go through what Bodneke said,
and that should be the core of this discussion.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's saying here, if the citizen is acting with the authorization or support. Imagine the man is part of the Unity Party. He's not doing it because he loves Liberia.
Was it officially condemned by the government?
Authorization or support of the home government.
The government is yet to
act. The act may be treated as an act of state-sponsored aggression.
Oh yes.
So was statement condemned?
They did not issue any statement condemning.
Officially.
So by default, it could be indirectly sanctioning what Bodneke was saying.
So if you can write against Yeke Koluba, right? It means you did not support or you do not support what
Yeke said.
Yeah. So obviously your own record.
Although what Yeke said is accusing people internally, accusing the president and the government of owing the truth and not saying the truth,
which is internal.
He did. Yeah, thank you. He did not attack our internal process.
No.
But they make him and say they will be the border will be in Color Creek. The water finny, he can write.
Out of aggression.
Yeah. Visual information pen finny, he can write. But I can write. No, just stop playing with the country. The popcorns did not stop popping in the 80s and the 90s because, like I said, we never had teenagers. They play with peaceful, quiet. The old man enjoy themselves. Man City they enjoy.
They had it going
They had it going on. They were dancing at Afro. Man City they used to do their thing. They go at Man City. They go
Man City will call.
Lanko. Man City they enjoy.
I think it's all do that today.
No, I'm just saying something. I said Man City. It doesn't mean she was there personally. But they are carrying it. They were there enjoying. But yet still people keep fighting in this country. It's because no man want to sit down and another man can ride over you.
Too much
disadvantage, disadvantage.
No. One man is a circumcised. You think the rest of the country are fellow? Do you think the rest of the country people are fellows?
Otherwise, always giving you.
One man circumcised. So when you keep using the law, when you keep using it highly beyond the law to implement your diabolical, sinister, and biased political, interest, then you are wasting the country. Because people get tired. The people get tired and they'll fall back. Well, man by nature, every man scared of dog.
Not every man. What do you mean every man?
Man by nature is afraid of dog, except it is for you.
All of us scared of dog.
I'm saying to you, and except it is for you.
Yeah, in the majority, people can pull people to buy.
They say people want to buy dog. You can say you want to go. Man by nature is afraid of dog.
Yeah.
Except it is for you. But guess what? If that dog is chasing you, and you know that you are reaching the point where you can no longer take it, that do or die. You will facing it. You will turn around to it and say, you either buy me a die, or I wound you and kill you. Don't push the citizens to that level. Don't push the people till they can no longer die and they say, you know what? Now all around the country, that's folly. The laws are meant to be used for the protection of everybody and to ensure that we have safety, peace, and everything. Don't use the law to fight people. Don't use the law and kept people tearing insult beach today for capital arson case. You use the law today, people tearing insult beach. You brought your John Yankee for Ghana, getting in lifestyle luxury hotel for days. When you refuse to accept that you will lie on people, say that you bring capital building, you took him for the hotel and put in insult beach today. Here, all the communities are there. General, it is using the law against your fellow man.
And I don't know if it is to keep power.
If you have a jailbreak today, what do you think John Yankee will do? No, God forbid if you have a jailbreak today, if hell breaks loose in this country, what do you think John Yankee will go do? What do you think they will do? People should stop using the law in this country and think they own it. You can be privileged to serve in a particular position. It doesn't mean the country for you. And that's why you guys should stop. But yeah, what people go to the line.
Presumably they want to pay back for the initial stage.
Like something is
sounding against the web of the president or maybe the president. So
maybe
obviously
they're
going to pay back.
So,
let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go to the lines and take calls.
From the center to interior,
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop it and make it before than before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior.
Okay. Welcome back to Freedom Hope on 87.9. It is time for you to put in your calls. 086-500-1047. We took all of the time, but we tried as hard as possible to take more of the calls.
we have 10 minutes, so there's more time.
Yes, and secondly, star 255 star 1 #. We are about to go and give some money, so keep it coming in to star 255 star 1 #. The more you play, the better your chances are on this particular platform. Let's go to the lines and talk to these callers who are already lined up. This person, 1 minute. How are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, Oliver.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the topic. You see, that's what in case of wanted that not sure that the heroes are in power now. They will not vote out there the born naked. Because we're born naked in front of them. Everybody from a angle, the influence with us is a particular government. If I was see your country, I would make it later now. They can call the president. When you come from Kenya, then they say, all the mental problem, I see, but they will not do it because they try to remove Paka. But it's good to take for the that's on the hill. Down the hill, looking the mud. Thank you for the show, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave it right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how you doing? Go ahead, patient. Let's hear you.
This thing, let it pass for you again. You are pressing it, you have to go back. And for them, one of these things, you have to go back. Oh, what? That's your thing. I was wondering, I don't know, man, but I don't change. You have to bring off my head. Hey, you are saying you are pressing, you are telling her, you never know how to say the truth. The message that you are one, and they want to increase it. What now? They want to put my shit on the look at.
Who your district lawmaker? Who your district lawmaker? Okay. Okay, we leave it right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. One minute. How are you? How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's new government. It's a new government in power. And then that's a kid to go. I think we're power so down the street. We will know that the government new government coming in power. You must put the kid in. You can come any power that one is called the to change. So it's out there, and the government come. You must put the kid in them. If we're really stopping the country, put the country upside down, the whole country will be strong. Now after we steady, when I found out to eat. Yeah, we steady all out with our sport.
Yeah.
Open the sport. You know. So they look at all. So in the government plans, when they don't get it to go, I think before us to fight war and to being like,
yeah, man. Jerry, this is real live food.
There's something wrong in health. We're in health. But we're in health.
Wow.
We're being called by the government. It's very upside down. We don't want to whole country now.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine? To what extent Liberians are reaching? But what we probably will not reach them, my brother. Let's pray to God it will get better. Let's pray to God it will get better. Okay. I mean, Jerry is hurt, and I have no reason to want to keep him off. But let's talk to the person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Let me say hello to Andrew and Sister Leza.
Go ahead.
The officials protesting my defense movement. The person I know being patient is Blanca and Richie Kuhn. But we are kind of looking back because the process is named for our university. We saw how university students behave well. The former president of America, John Ferry, what they are doing now is to put the country beyond. Because somebody that the thing is said that tell them to the country, I pay so now you don't call it back. You see? The woman, my own made up guy said that I pay so home. But can this country is going beyond on a president brother. So the one thing all no.
The country is retrogressing. The country is falling.
But my brother, the country is reversing, retrogressing.
Yeah.
We're retrogressing again. Heat killing is going nowhere.
Heat killing us. Heat killing everybody. No parents. Nothing. The country is seeing.
The country is going nowhere, guy.
Money
It's
bene,
over our country.
money bene ha, calling bene ha. Police flocking motorcyclists.
Every day.
Stealing, stealing.
Every day.
Say the police buzzing market to your market.
My brother. Thank you. Let God be with us.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there, my brother. We leave you. Let's go and talk to more people on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The job we have to do a country and today, we are fucking the West, and I say what I like 3 months, they are dying. I want to want to do allegation. I said, you're looking at dollar, he said, no, 3 months, I win nothing. They are now getting the money out, what still today, they talk a lot of money in the top. For them to say that money, they're going to pay that weapon and allow them on it. What is that? What is it? They are applying and say we are not doing nothing. We are stealing money, killing us.
Okay. I think we missed out on you. Let's talk to another person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't know and let me say good evening to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ishmael Kamara and I'm calling guys this evening from Painesville.
Go ahead, Ishmael.
So the thing is, we cannot discuss this content. And I know, because we have been out there in the community, we know our new party brothers and sisters who are asking killing based on the performance of this new party government for the last 2 years plus. The thing is, we keep asking them what is their priority. They were here talking about the dire suffering. They were here talking about how people were living the kind of life in their own country that is important to live. But I don't know what priority they have. Now, there are serious economic issues in the country today. But then I see them, taking our money and just spending on issues that actually don't matter. But then look at the issue of the Koruba today. They are telling us, am I alive?
Go ahead.
Yeah, they are telling us they want to impeach Koruba. Now, if the impeachment of Koruba, when they come on a civil platform, you have to spend some money. You have to lobby with police. You have to take our money again. And instead of going out there, people want to be homeless today, try to build one for them. Instead of going out there providing food, to those Solomon Buddha, they are trying to think about the issue of electricity. I don't know. They are not thinking about all those things. You guys are thinking about how they can take money to spend more than self. The last time they went to Solomon Buddha, we know how much money they are informed that they were able to use again more than self. Not because when they, which of course we know for sure, they want to engage their diplomatic partners in the short region. They want to do so, but they were able to leave from here and go to the border just because they want to eat the show by taking some money on their own. Guys, to be fair, these guys don't have any over this country, and I think in my mind, those who put in the power of being the kings and new friends that come to us tonight, they have to be taken off power. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Thank you very much. Let's take a few more calls here on 87.9. Beginning with this international caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you. No time.
Okay, how you doing, man?
We're good. Let's hear you.
Okay, my brother, about you, my mom, we going through. And let's see, I can call you in this thing I am going through. Now, you're crying for like this.
It's not about you.
Let's see, I can call you, I've been running away from what we're going through.
It's not about him. It's about the system. It's not about him. It's not about the individual.
I can see the especially yourself and very alone. The election result. But so what you guys went through, we want to see it. You were really so in this life. Now I can go through the thing too. We all went through it. Can't go through what it belong. We shouldn't forget so quick. That's all I gotta tell you,
Okay. We leave it right there. Thank you very much. That's your opinion. We do not have any intention to sanction it. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. One minute.
Go ahead, David.
I'm a stakeholder. I got part to play in this thing. God, I want to very simple. You know, what we going through today, like the last one just said, Yake is the one that got us where we are. Yake Profetin, Yokosa, Central Water School, these are the people that lay on to the community that we see today. The dictator of a president that we have, they were the architect of this leader that we got today. That leads us to many calamity after calamity. And what we sit here with the scars Liberia, it shouldn't be about the individual who led us to where we are in a very difficult condition. Yes, they got to learn. That man spoke together in the broad sound of my heart. Look, guys, if you go in a village community, just travel around Monrovia, Colorado, and go to the village community, see how people are living currently on the street. We're living, I used to say, war fighting. People are no longer cooking to the point throughout the week. People only eat a music restaurant that where I live on the partner road. I see people come to the market and stuff about a dry rice, but I feel like me so they will eat the house on the list on a rescue program.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rescue. So we are rescue in this country. People can't talk about the community. We are not living as a country on a black guy. They will talk about yes.
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. We'll talk to this guy quickly, then we talk to the last person who call your day. Let's hear you, Edmund Carr. No time. We gotta go home.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, we agree that people then the Yeke, the Profeki, the Herod Costa, the other man who's sitting over there, criminal, calling other people criminal. Yes, we agree. That's what they did. Everything that are happening to Liberians here, they are the ones that took up to be pacified. We agree. But if you think that you want to harass other people only because you want to silence critical voices in the country, that is our issue. Because if you human being and naked blood, I have personal experience with him.
If any bot nigga is a nigga bot, go ahead. Edmund Carr, the man is bot nigga.
That's what he spoke. Yeah, I think I'm a nigga bot. I have all you nigga bot. Yeah, you spoke authoritatively. How he spoke. That man in your boy said nigga bot. Okay. That meant how he was looking when he was fighting and slaughtering people Morocco yet. And the Ghanaians are aware of what naked because they was here during the peacekeeping time. So that kind of man to release threat in our country, he also need to be invited. That's our point. Invited. Where are the rebel guys that were also in the country calling themselves general? They were also giving ultimatum. They said 2 weeks or 1 week. They are going to move in while the guys are going to be at the rebel side. They are going to be in Guinea. Where are they? Can we bring them to?
Thank you.
I'm not defending Yeke. I don't want to defend Fernandez. But what we're talking is, they put it for most of the courage to let the legislature that will play the discussion from beyond the sea how they are there in that Yeke. That was the reason why he won that communication to the legislature. Can he also invite naked blood? Can you also invite the general? Can you also invite the information minister?
Thank you.
The information minister said, they will give a bond. They will give a bond to go fight. Now people are volunteering themselves to hold a gun to go fight. Then you inviting them to be prosecuted. Let the people go in this country yet. Let the people start the thing they do here.
They are talking about
something. They can be second side.
Oh yeah.
All went through circumcision.
Yeah.
We are
not fearless.
All went through circumcision.
We are not fearless in this country.
If you follow SMS from us, if you think you can follow SMS from us, you be doing it at your own detriment. You know the party have failed. You know the party have fallen to the ground. They should not try to shift the blame because of their failure to deliver.
That's right.
Let them deliver. Let them rescue us. We are drowning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edmoka. And trust me, we apologize to the rest of you. I think Edmo's submission was very, very splendid. And we'll leave it right there. Jerome, let's go home 30 seconds. Quickly. No time.
I think, like I always say, I think let the, sorry to use any name, or they say environment that environment kidding. So let the Unity Party and enjoy their ride. Princess, thank you.
Okay, so I also like to join Jerome. I said this is not about Yeke, and for me, I'm mostly focused on the message rather than the messenger. So whatever that's going to happen of capital is going to happen. But again, at the end of the day, we should focus on which is the most harm, which one put Liberians in harm's way when spoken than the other way around. But again, we're going to be here on tomorrow, and tomorrow climax is March, so it means we're gradually going, and pretty soon all of these different dramatic scenes will be over. Like we'll be back here tomorrow.
Okay, and so until we return on tomorrow, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time. God bless you. Bye bye. We'll return here on tomorrow. The environment. How did you say environment?
Environment kidding.
Okay, DJ Hero will respond to that. Until then, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time. God bless you. Bye bye.
DJ.